Hello, this is Zahir Alam. Welcome you all on Frankly Speaking. My guest today is Kelly Larson, Director of Drowning Prevention and Road Safety Programs for Bloomberg Philanthropies, which is based in New York. In Bangladesh, she's working with civil society, bureaucrats, political leaders for social and economic transformation. Kelly she directs multi-million-dollar Bloomberg programs to reduce child drowning and road traffic fatalities and injuries in low and middle-income countries like Bangladesh, also Vietnam, Uganda, India. Kelly also provides direction for the Partnership for Healthy Cities, a prestigious global network of cities working on non-communicable diseases and injuries, and provides technical assistance on tobacco control strategies to NGOs and government ministries in low and middle income countries. We welcome Ms. Kelly Larson on Frankly Speaking.
Thank you so much. Great to be here.
Thank you very much for being on the show. First of all, I'm curious and very interested to know about the priorities of Bloomberg Philanthropies. What do you do?
Well, at Bloomberg Philanthropies, we're really committed to ensuring better, longer lives for the greatest number of people, and we do that by supporting a range of programs across the globe, including programs in public health, the environment, arts, education, and government innovation. I work on the public health team, so we're working really hard around the world, primarily in low and middle income countries, on non-communicable diseases and injuries.
What is the public health scenario? Especially, I'm really willing to know about public health situation in the countries like Bangladesh, and especially after the pandemic.
Well, I can talk globally. Non-communicable diseases account for 7 out of 10 deaths globally. That's 70% of all deaths around the world are non-communicable diseases. So at Bloomberg Philanthropies, we really prioritize programs that will really prevent NCDs. That includes tobacco control, food policy. We also focus on injuries like road safety, which is the 12th leading cause of death globally, and drowning prevention, where we're working here in Bangladesh.
These are obviously very related and relevant to the situation prevailing in Bangladesh, especially the areas you mentioned. So what is the partnership, if you can briefly mention?
Bloomberg Philanthropies started working in Bangladesh on tobacco control in 2007, and I actually had the opportunity to come here a number of times, and we met about a decade ago to talk about the tobacco control work. We also partner with the government on drowning prevention as well as road safety, and really are partnering with local civil society organizations and the government to improve the health of Bangladesh citizens.
Child drowning issue is one of the major cause for child death in Bangladesh, but it was little known and little focused, least recognized in Bangladesh. But recent years, I see that some of the international organizations like Bloomberg Philanthropies also engaged in preventing child drowning in Bangladesh. So how you engaged yourself in this prevention programs?
Drowning is a completely under-recognized public health issue around the globe. About 235,000 or so people drown every year, but they're really, back in 2012, was very little attention being paid to drowning. In Bangladesh, we know that drowning is the leading killer of 1 to 4-year-olds, claiming 10,000 lives every single year. Huge. So at Bloomberg Philanthropies, we recognized this issue, but really wanted to ensure that there was evidence on what would work to prevent drowning, particularly among those at highest risk, the 1 to 4-year-olds, particularly in Bangladesh, where it's the leading cause of death for that age group. So we supported a study with the CIPRB and found that community daycare or child care centers for 1 to 4-year-olds reduce the risk of drowning by 88%. That would save an immense number of lives. So at Bloomberg Philanthropies, we've been supporting child care centers since 2012 here in Bangladesh.
So you were saying that we are much aware, in the recent years, and the government has taken initiative, or the organizations have taken initiative to prevent this sort of deaths and
Bangladesh has become a leader in drowning prevention. The government of Bangladesh has committed $32 million to support integrated community health centers, child care centers, to really prevent not only drowning, but really to develop early childhood learning and opportunities for growth. So this integrated child care program that has been adopted by the government of Bangladesh is really the first of its kind of any place around the world. And it's at Bloomberg Philanthropies, we're just so impressed with the leadership of the government of Bangladesh in really working to preventing drowning amongst its children.
So, as you appreciated, how it can be supported further to make it a more, meaningful and productive programs to engage the people and the centers they are working for. How you can support?
Already the government has implemented a very large partnership of organizations around the country taking best practices and really focusing not just on drowning prevention, but really on child development and protection. And so drowning prevention is one aspect of it, but
child development programs is a vast area.
Yes, it is. Yeah. And we know that children that participate in child care centers really have increased developmental opportunities and cognitive learning opportunities. So we really applaud the government of Bangladesh for really working and committing to ensuring not only the safety of children, but also in their development.
Okay, but in this process, media, we know that they have also been playing very vital role, civil society, NGOs, local organizations. So how do you evaluate their roles in this context?
Well, media is very important to create awareness on the importance, well, one on the burden of drowning, but also on the importance of protection of children as well as the development of children. So we have been working closely with media outlets to ensure that there's information out there on the importance of drowning prevention, on the importance of childhood development, early childhood development, and the government has really committed to prioritizing early childhood development with some secondary benefits of drowning prevention. And we're really excited that the Bangladesh Shishu Academy will be leading this effort on behalf of the government and really implementing this program. I will say that no other country really has taken this kind of commitment. And we see the government of Bangladesh really as a leader on drowning prevention, on early childhood development, and we're hopeful that the rolling out of this program will be spread to other countries around the world.
So the degree or the intensity of the program has been broadening in the recent days or years.
Yes, so Bloomberg Philanthropies has supported child care centers for about a decade. We've supported child care centers for 50,000 children. The government of Bangladesh will be quadrupling that number to 200,000 in 16 areas. So we're really excited about the work that the government of Bangladesh will be rolling out this year.
Which of the other countries are at the risk of child drowning problem?
Well, we know that drowning rates are very high in sub-Saharan Africa, in Vietnam, Thailand, in the southeastern Asia region, it's very high. So, as I mentioned, it's really an under-recognized and under-reported issue. So we at Bloomberg Philanthropies are supporting programs in Vietnam, in Uganda, and the Philippines, and we hope to expand that work and really see Bangladesh as an example.
Remarkably,
it's amazing, actually. It's very impressive.
We are talking about prevention of child drowning and the success, the progress we have made in this area. And Bloomberg Philanthropies, obviously, they have been supporting. You have keenly watching the progress of Bangladesh. But in other areas, we would like to like you to shed some light on the road safety issue, which is also a very killer causes of deaths and disabilities in Bangladesh, and which is alarmingly growing the number every year. how we can confront this challenge and how Bloomberg Philanthropies can stand by Bangladesh or support Bangladesh to improve the situation.
So Bloomberg Philanthropies has been supporting road safety since 2007. Road traffic crashes are the 12th leading cause of death globally. And again, just like drowning prevention, it's really under-recognized as a public health issue. So we have been supporting countries around the world and cities to implement interventions that we know will save lives. We recognize that national level legislation plays a critical role in ensuring there are safe road safety laws.
It's not mere framing legislation, it's also critically important the enforcement of the legislation which is framed.
Absolutely. Enforcement is the foundation.
And the countries like Bangladesh, there are a lot of legislation, a lot of acts and the rules, but the enforcement level, how do you say that also?
So enforcement is critical to road safety, and at Bloomberg Philanthropies, we work with partners, international partner organizations that work with police traffic enforcement teams, and that will occur also in Bangladesh. So as part of the road safety program, we partner with cities around the world to implement those road safety laws. And we also recognize that most cities are designed for cars, not for people. So taking out the risks of walking around, say, Dhaka, for example, we work with cities to redesign streets, making them safe for everyone. And we know that there are opportunities here in Dhaka North in particular. We are partnering with the city corporation to support their work to improve their streets and make it safe for everyone. And that includes pedestrians, motorcyclists, and bicyclists. We're also working in Chattogram. I had the opportunity to go down to Chattogram yesterday, which was a great trip and a beautiful city. So we'll be supporting the city of Chattogram. But your point on enforcement, so enforcement plays a critical role. Also, the design of city streets. So we'll be working with both cities to think about the design of streets for safety. And so you may see in Dhaka North and Chattogram some redesign areas that will make it safe for everyone, including those pedestrians, motorcyclists, and bicyclists. We also will support media campaigns so that we can increase awareness of those laws. What's the speed limit? It's the importance of wearing not only a helmet, but clasping the helmet, both the driver and the passenger, and also wearing your seatbelt. So we know that speed is the leading killer around the world when it comes to the world's roads. The faster you're going, the more severe a crash and the likelihood of death. So speed is a very important factor. Now, here in Dhaka North, there's a lot of talk of jams. We know that cars go very slowly because there are so many vehicles on the road. But at times when there aren't vehicles, we know that speeding is a major issue. We've collected data on it, and we will work with the police, the traffic enforcement teams, to enforce speeding, not only in Dhaka North, but also in Chattogram. I do want to just say that we're working with 28 cities around the world, cities like New Delhi and Mumbai, Ho Chi Minh City and Hanoi, Sao Paulo, Mexico City. And all of these cities, so these Dhaka North and Chattogram are part of a network of cities that have committed to reducing road traffic fatalities and injuries. And at Bloomberg Philanthropies, we're providing the technical support and capacity that will allow them to do that. So we really applaud the commitment of both mayors to really prioritize road safety to ensure the safety of the citizens here in Bangladesh. And our goal is that the work that's being done in these two cities will spread not only throughout Bangladesh, but throughout the region. And we've seen some really great progress in the cities that we're working in.
Is it paying off, the collaboration?
It's totally paying off. We've had an opportunity to meet with the teams. There's very active engagement, and you will see action very soon. The pandemic has made it a little more difficult to get the work started, but now that we're able to travel and hire local staff to really partner with the different city corporations, we're excited about the opportunities. And I'll also say that we will be working with civil society to advocate for stronger road safety laws here in Bangladesh.
But technically, how the collaboration is being made? I mean, how the interactions you do?
So what the strategy overall is that Bloomberg Philanthropies supports global organizations that have expertise in different road safety areas, such as enforcement, as you say, that is so important to road safety. Those partner organizations provide technical guidance and support to the different city agencies that are responsible for improving and strengthening the road safety in the cities. So we provide best practices, we provide opportunities to share lessons learned across cities, and we really want to act. So we see
imparting knowledge through exchange.
Yes,
right?
But I will also say, we supported road safety since 2007 through the work that we've supported, and it's a very clear strategy that is implemented across all locations around the world. We estimate that we saved about 312,000 lives just by enforcing those important risk factors, redesigning city streets, airing hard-hitting media campaigns, and really just ensuring that those risk factors or laws are enforced.
A couple of questions. Number one, you said that the cities are made for car, especially the countries like Bangladesh or
most cities are made for cars.
Most cities. So, creating some congenial or conducive atmosphere for pedestrians or the other people, as a whole people. How it can be? This is a gigantic job. Already the city is planned, and changing its architecture or its design is a lofty job, especially countries like Bangladesh. So is it possible to, the way you are dreaming to making a city for the people or the pedestrian? Yeah, to some extent, yes, you said that's not in the Dhaka city, north side. There are some areas where the pedestrian can walk at least, but in the other part of the city, it's absolutely difficult for move on.
Well, having been in Dhaka a number of times over the last decade, I definitely recognize some of the challenges, but I will say that anything is possible, and it isn't necessarily a complete redesign of the infrastructure, tearing up streets and sidewalks. It's one about providing opportunities for people to safely move around the city, and that could be as simple as painting a crosswalk so that cars know when to stop, people know where to cross. Oftentimes you see people weaving in and out of cars to get across the street.
There are some, but not in the whole city.
Well, and that's where you have to start. You can't change the city overnight. So it's starting in small pockets of the city and demonstrating what that means. And many people think, oh no, we're working on road safety, the jams are terrible, it's going to only increase the time to get from point A to point B. But I think that what we hope to demonstrate is that by designing the street for the safe mobility of people around the city, you'll see progress as far as movement, not only for pedestrians, but as far as vehicles as well. And we all know in Dhaka, we want that.
Okay. You were talking about the importance of enacting legislature to ensure road safety and to protect lives, to check fatalities and disabilities. And we all know that how dangerously this risk has been posed in Bangladesh, and the numbers of fatalities alarmingly rising in Bangladesh. So I'm not pretty sure about the progress, especially in saving lives in the road accidents. What do you think? Is it important to enforcing law or creating awareness, or both are simultaneously critically important?
They're both. There's a comprehensive approach to road safety. That is creating awareness, enforcing laws, strengthening laws, redesigning streets. We know that in Bangladesh, the WHO, World Health Organization, estimates that about 25,000 people are killed on Bangladesh's roads.
Why I ask this question? Because how do you view the enforcement of law here? Because there are so many laws, but the absence of proper and critical enforcement of the law, there is no significant or remarkable progress, especially in punishing the wrongdoers.
So enforcement is important to deter people from risky behavior. And so we are committed to working with the police departments here, the traffic agents, to enforce the laws. Now, to the degree that laws are being enforced, we're just starting our work here, and we'll be working with the two city corporations to strengthen traffic enforcement for those two city corporations, and we're looking forward to the opportunity to really partner with them. And I will say, in the meetings that we've had this week with both cities, they're committed to road safety and they're committed to enforcing the laws.
So currently you are focusing on two cities, Dhaka and Chittagong.
That's correct. And they are part of a network of 28 cities around the world that have committed and have the highest level of political will to really reduce road traffic fatalities.
Are you planning to expand your
So we're currently in the third year of a 6-year program, and so at this point we will be focusing just on the 28 cities, but those 28 cities are in 15 countries around the world. So we are really focusing for the next 3 years just on those 28 cities that are located in 15 countries, Asia, Africa, and Latin America.
Tell us something apart from prevention of drowning or injury prevention or road safety. What are the other areas you would like to work with Bangladesh, or what in your view is important to deal with right now?
Well, first I want to just commend the government for committing to many of these public health issues. Government commitment is critical to saving lives, and I think the demonstration of what the government is willing to do, particularly around early childhood development, which includes drowning prevention, no other country has done that. Also on the road safety side, again, another commitment by the government of Bangladesh to say, too many people are dying on our roads, we want to do something about it, and both mayors of Dhaka North and Chittagong have committed to doing that. So we also support work on tobacco control and cardiovascular health here in Bangladesh, as well as a program called Data for Health, which works on civil registration, birth and death registration. So we understand what the causes of death are to help prioritize government health.
So Bloomberg Philanthropies, tell us, enlighten us about the Bloomberg Philanthropies as an organization. We know that Mayor Bloomberg, he is the main key person of this organization. So how it works around the world.
So Michael Bloomberg is the founder of Bloomberg Philanthropies. He was the mayor of New York City, and he's also the founder of Bloomberg LP, which is a financial services and media company. Yeah. He has committed his resources to ensure better, longer lives for the greatest number of people. And that means doing everything that we can do to identify public health issues that are underfunded, where we know what works to save lives, and where there's a commitment by government to actually focus on those areas. And so at Bloomberg Philanthropies, we're working in more than 100 countries around the world on public health issues for one reason and one reason only, and that's to save lives. And we know that to save lives, we need to focus on non-communicable diseases that account for 7 out of 10 deaths globally, as well as injuries, which is drowning prevention and road safety.
For those who are working in the areas of preventing non-communicable diseases, is there any way who are interested to work with Bloomberg Philanthropies and want some support from your end?
So we have a broad range of programs that focus on non-communicable diseases. Our largest program at the foundation is our tobacco control initiative, and actually we've been working here in Bangladesh since 2007 and partnering not only with civil society organizations. There's a very large coalition of local organizations working on tobacco control, but also with the government to prioritize tobacco control. We do have a grants program where local organizations from low and middle income countries can apply for a grant to work to change policies and to strengthen tobacco control policies. So that's an opportunity that organizations from around the world could receive funding from Bloomberg Philanthropies through our partner organizations that actually run the grants program.
Okay, we're in the last minute, so you have been visiting Bangladesh since 2007. And many times so far you have visited. So what's your take on about this country?
I have just been so impressed by the commitment of not only civil society, but of the government of Bangladesh to address really challenging public health issues, not only addressing public health issues, but also funding public health issues. And one of the examples is the launch of this child care protection project that the Ministry of Women and Children Affairs is supporting, and run by Bangladesh Shishu Academy to really ensure the development and protection of children, understanding that drowning is the leading cause of death to 1 to 4 year olds, but also that the commitment by the government to ensure cognitive development of these children and allowing opportunities for growth. So we're excited to showcase the government of Bangladesh and hope that plan that they will be a leader.
Thank you.
To come.
Thank you so much, Kelly, for your wonderful insight about the issues you're dealing with Bangladesh from Bloomberg Philanthropies. Dear viewers, that's all my conversation with Kelly Larson. Yes, we're excited. We're really happy that the organizations like Bloomberg Philanthropies, they are a key partner of Bangladesh, and they're working with the government, with local organizations to improve the situation in the areas, public health areas like prevention of drowning children, like road safety, reducing fatalities or disability control, checking disabilities. So these are very critical challenges for Bangladesh. She has appreciated our success in areas like prevention of child drowning, and there are so many laws, but emphasis on the enforcement of law and framing policies and making or creating meaningful partnership with the international organizations, so that we can, media, NGOs, civil societies, governments, all we can together improve the situation in Bangladesh with due commitment. Thank you very much for watching this show. We invite you to watch our next episode. Until then, do take care and goodbye.